My child, before you scroll away, before you let the endless noise and distractions of this world pull your attention somewhere else, I need you to pause. Please stay here for just a moment. Do not treat this like another ordinary video passing across your screen. This is not an accident, and it is certainly not a coincidence. This is a divine interruption, a holy collision between my voice and your weary heart. I reached into your timeline, into your wandering thoughts, and I placed my hand gently on your spirit to stop you right here, right now. Heaven orchestrated this exact second because there is a heavy weight on your soul that you have been carrying entirely alone, and I am stepping in to lift it. I know you are tired. I see the deep exhaustion that you hide so perfectly behind your smile. I see how hard you are trying to hold everything together for everyone else, when inside you feel like you are slowly falling apart. You wake up feeling heavy, you go through your day feeling drained, and you lie down at night with an anxious mind that simply refuses to rest. You have been whispering to yourself that you just need to push a little harder, that you just need to be a little stronger. But my beloved, you were never meant to carry this much emotional and spiritual weight on your own shoulders. You thought curiosity led you to click on this message. You thought it was just a random algorithm that brought these words to you today. But it was destiny pulling you into alignment. I have been watching you closely. I saw the silent tears you cried in the dark when you thought nobody else noticed. I heard the desperate prayers you whispered when you didn't even have the words to speak, feeling only the deep ache in your chest. The enemy wants you to believe that I have forgotten you, that my silence during this season means I have abandoned you. But my child, my silence was never my absence. I have been walking beside you through every unseen storm, catching every tear, and preparing a breakthrough that you cannot yet see with your physical eyes. Do not look away. What I am about to tell you will change the way you see your current struggle. There is a massive spiritual shift happening around your life right now, a movement in the unseen realm. And if you turn away now, you will miss the very clarity, healing, and protection I am sending to cover you. Stay with me. Breathe for a moment and let my peace settle over your anxious heart. I am about to reveal why this season of waiting has been so fiercely attacked by the enemy, and what miracle I am preparing to release into your hands. You have been feeling a strange, heavy pressure on your soul lately, haven't you? It is a pressure that makes no logical sense in relation to your daily circumstances. You find yourself suddenly overwhelmed, your thoughts spinning in endless circles of worry, and your heart tightening with an anxiety you cannot explain. You thought you were simply emotional. You thought you were just stressed, burned out, or failing to handle life's demands. But listen to me carefully, my beloved child. What you are feeling is not a mental breakdown, nor is it a sign of your weakness. These sudden emotional storms are the first waves of a spiritual battle forming around you. The enemy has been watching you closely. He sees that you are standing on the very edge of the greatest breakthrough of your life. He knows that your season of waiting is finally coming to an end, and he is terrified of the power, the peace, and the purpose you are about to step into. Because he cannot stop what I have ordained for your future, he has been trying to break your spiritual rhythm. He has been sending small irritations, heavy burdens, and sudden discouragement to wear down your spirit until you feel too tired to fight. He wants to wrap a fog of confusion around your mind so that you second-guess your direction, doubt your worth, and question the path I have laid out for you. I see how you have been struggling internally, carrying wounds that you thought were fully healed but have suddenly started to ache all over again. The enemy loves to poke at your old pain, bringing up past regrets, broken relationships, and deep-seated insecurities, hoping to pull you backward into a dark place of isolation and despair. He wants you to believe that you are permanently stuck, that nothing will ever change for the better. and that I am no longer listening to your prayers. He tries to desensitize you with an overwhelming numbness, making you feel too drained to pray, too distracted to read my word, and too exhausted to notice my presence. But I am stepping in and exposing his tactics right now, because I refuse to let him steal what I have prepared for you. I allowed this intense pressure not to crush you, but to refine you. The waiting, the silence, the unseen tears, they were never meant to destroy you. They were your preparation. You are being shielded in real time, covered by my grace in this exact moment. Do not give up now. Do not let the enemy convince you to walk away just before the dawn breaks. Stay with me. Hold your ground and keep your eyes fixed on my voice, because what I am about to do in your life will restore every broken piece you thought was lost forever. My child, listen to me with all the focus your heart can hold, because I must reveal a truth you have not fully understood. The greatest danger you face right now is not the storm itself, nor the trials that have been pressing so heavily against your chest. The true danger is the risk of looking away from my voice. In the middle of it, the enemy knows he cannot destroy your spirit completely, so he is trying to do the next best thing. He wants to distract you. He wants your eyes to drift away from me. He wants your mind to spiral into endless what-ifs and your heart to wander into places of false comfort, because he knows that the moment you stop listening to my guidance, he gains access to your peace. Right now, the most dangerous tactic being used against you is deception disguised as comfort. The enemy is sending things into your path that look gentle, but are actually harmful. He is introducing options that seem like an easy escape from your exhaustion, but they are designed to slowly drain your spirit. He will even place people in your life who feel familiar, who speak with false kindness and sudden attention, but they carry hidden motives and are spiritually dangerous. He paints traps in soft colors and hides danger behind temporary relief, hoping you will trade your eternal breakthrough for a momentary distraction. You have no idea how close you came to walking into one of these traps. You thought you were just seeking a little rest, a little comfort for your tired soul. But I stepped in to stop you because I saw exactly where that path was leading. You were drifting emotionally, and that drift was pulling you towards something that would have wounded you far deeper than you realize. That is exactly why my voice feels stronger, louder, and clearer to you today. I am pulling you out of a spiritual current you did not even realize was dragging you under. I am placing myself as a shield between you and the deception forming against you. I am exposing these traps, not because the enemy is powerful, but because you are infinitely precious to me. I will not watch you walk blindly into a battle you are not meant to fight alone. Keep your heart open. Do not look away. Do not numb yourself to my presence, and do not let the noise of this world drown out my whisper. I am wrapping my protection around your mind, and if you simply stay close to me, I will guide you safely through this shift and straight into the blessing I have prepared. My child, before I speak these next words, I want you to breathe slowly, because what I am about to touch is tender, hidden, and fragile. I am putting my hand gently over the deepest parts of your heart, places you do not show, places you no longer visit, places you've taught yourself to ignore because they hurt. Too much to face. I am not here to expose you. I am not here to shame you. I am here to rescue you. I am here to reveal what has been weighing you down so you can finally rise again. You are emotionally exhausted. You have been holding yourself together with a strength you no longer have, pushing through each day as if you are fine. But inside you can feel the cracks forming. You wake up tired. You go through the day tired. You lie down tired, and still your mind does not rest. You feel like you're carrying a mountain on your chest, and no matter how much you try to breathe, the weight does not lift. You try to encourage yourself, but the words feel empty. You try to smile, but the smile feels forced. You try to keep going, but each step feels heavier than the last. There is a silent heaviness that has settled inside you, quiet but suffocating. You don't talk about it because you don't know how to explain it. You don't share it because you don't want anyone to worry. This heaviness doesn't shout. It just sits there pressing against your heart with every moment of the day. You are carrying deep sadness, sadness you don't talk about, sadness you pretend isn't there. You laugh, but it never reaches your eyes. You help others, but no one knows how much you're hurting inside. You show strength, but it's only because you are afraid to fall apart again. My child, you have also been feeling worthless at times. I see those moments when you look at yourself and feel like you're not enough, not good enough, not successful enough, not lovable enough. You judge yourself harshly, more harshly than anyone else ever could. You believe lies about your worth because the enemy has whispered them so many times that they started to sound like your own thoughts. You think you disappoint me. You think you disappoint yourself. You think everyone else is moving forward while you are standing still. Disappointment has been living in your heart. Disappointment in yourself, in others, in life, in timing, in outcomes that didn't match your prayers. Dreams that should have bloomed but wilted. Relationships that should have lasted but broke. You have wounds that no one knows about. Wounds from words spoken over you. Wounds from people who let you down. Wounds from seasons of loneliness. But I see every hidden tear, and I am pouring my healing over those broken places right now. My child, hear me now as I speak directly to the core of your identity. You have allowed the pain of your past and the silence of your waiting season to dictate your worth. You have believed the lie that because the answer was delayed, you were somehow denied. But I am here to tell you that my silence was never my absence. When you thought I was quiet, I was actively working behind the scenes, orchestrating a breakthrough that required time, preparation, and divine alignment. The pain you survived was shaping you, not destroying you. It was refining your spirit, stripping away the things and the people that were never meant to enter your next season. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible to me. I know every hair on your head, and I have counted every single tear that has fallen from your eyes. When you felt like you were completely alone, wandering in a wilderness of your own anxiety and fear, I was holding you when you thought you would break. You survived because I never let go. Your tears were never wasted. Every moment of suffering has been recorded in heaven, and I am turning your deepest sorrows into the very foundation of your greatest testimony. Breathe in my peace right now. Let the heavy burden of trying to figure everything out fall from your shoulders. You do not have to carry this alone anymore. Do not believe the lies of the enemy when he whispers that you are damaged beyond repair, or that your best days are behind you. You are my beloved child, chosen, worthy, and deeply loved. The rejection you faced from others was actually my unseen protection, redirecting you away from paths that would have ultimately broken your spirit. What felt to you like a painful delay was actually a divine shield, keeping you hidden until you were spiritually strong enough to carry the immense weight of the blessing I am about to release into your life. I am calling you by your true name today. You are not your failures. You are not your past mistakes. You are not the trauma that wounded you, and you are not the anxiety that tries to choke your peace in the middle of the night. You are mine, and because you belong to me, the enemy cannot stop what I have planned for you. Rest in this truth today, and let my perfect love completely restore your weary soul. My child, because you now know your true identity and understand how deeply you are loved, I need you to open your spiritual eyes to what is happening right in front of you. A shift is coming and your breakthrough is near. Your life is shifting profoundly, and while you may not see all the pieces moving in the physical realm just yet, your spirit can already feel the tremors of change. A new season is about to begin, and your waiting season is officially ending. I am opening doors that no one can shut, and I promise you that what was stolen will be restored. The battle did not destroy you. What felt like it was delayed was not denied, because the waiting was simply your preparation for this exact moment. As you prepare to step into this new chapter, I have clear instructions for the season ahead of you. You cannot bring the heavy baggage of your past into the future I have designed for you. I need you to purposefully release bitterness. You must forgive those who walked away when you needed them most, and you must release the resentment that has been poisoning your peace. Trust God completely with your unhealed spaces and stay close in prayer. The enemy wants you distracted from your blessing, so you must avoid distraction at all costs. When confusion tries to return to your mind to make you second-guess your path, do not believe the lies. The enemy knows that a massive shift is arriving, and he will use fear to try and convince you to retreat back into your comfort zone. But hear me clearly, fear is not your future. The enemy cannot stop what I planned for you. He will try to place familiar temptations in your path, offering things that feel good at first, but will ultimately drain your spirit and delay your progress. Keep your eyes fixed entirely on me. A new season is beginning, and doors are opening right now. I am leading you straight into the profound restoration that is standing at your door. My beloved child, as you step into this new chapter of your life, I need you to completely cast aside every ounce of doubt that is trying to cling to your mind. The enemy will whisper into your ear that these blessings are simply too good to be true, that you do not deserve to receive them, or that they will soon vanish like the shattered hopes of your past. But hear me declare this truth over you right now. What I am giving you is not temporary. The restoration I am bringing into your life is a lasting, permanent blessing, built upon the solid foundation of your patience, your tears, and your unwavering faith during that exhausting season of waiting. You have often wondered why others seem to receive their miracles so easily, while you had to face trial after trial, heartbreak after heartbreak. You have cried in the silence of your room, lifting your voice to ask me if I was even listening. Today, I am here to answer you. I was always listening, and I was intentionally refining you in that quiet space. The blessing I have reserved specifically for you is so massive, so profoundly important, that it required a spiritual foundation that only adversity could build. If I had handed you this gift any earlier, the sheer weight of it might have crushed your spirit. But now you are truly ready. Your soul has been purified through the fire of testing, and your hands are now strong enough to carry the immense harvest I'm preparing to pour out. Do not hesitate to step forward. Do not let the ghosts of old failures block your path. When new doors swing open before you in the coming days, I want you to walk through them with absolute confidence, not because you are perfect, but because I am the perfect God who is guiding your every step. The people who walked away from you, the opportunities that slipped through your fingers, those were all my divine protection, clearing the path for things exponentially greater. The enemy tried to use loneliness to destroy you, but I used that very loneliness to protect you from wrong relationships and hasty decisions that would have damaged your destiny. Divine compensation is incredibly close. Your spirit and body will be restored, and your mind will find that deep, profound peace that this world can never give or take away. The past losses will be replaced by blessings orchestrated by my own hand. Take a deep breath and release every last burden left in your heart. Declare your victory right now, even if your physical eyes cannot yet see the entire masterpiece I am painting. Hold fast to your faith, because your dawn has truly begun to break. I am always here. I love you with an everlasting love, and I will never let you go. My beloved child, as I guide you into this profound season of restoration, I need you to deeply understand a core principle about how the spiritual realm operates. The blessings I have prepared for you will never arrive wrapped in chaos. If an opportunity, a relationship, or a sudden decision brings you overwhelming anxiety, restlessness, and steals your peaceful sleep, it is not my voice calling you. The enemy is a master of disguising his traps as golden opportunities. He will present you with enticing offers, shortcuts that promise immediate success, and sudden urgencies designed to pull you completely off the divine trajectory I have carefully established for your life. Do not rush. I will never rush you into making life-altering decisions in a state of panic or deep-rooted fear. Haste and urgency are the native languages of the enemy. Profound peace is my language. When I open a door for you, you will feel a deep, settling quietness in your spirit, even if your external circumstances still look entirely uncertain. Practice listening for that peace. If you do not feel peace, stand perfectly still. Do not try to force doors open with your own strength or wander down alternate paths out of desperation. Remember the times in your past when you acted out of impatience and how much unnecessary, heavy baggage those rushed decisions brought into your life. This time, I need you to do it differently. This time, I need you to lean entirely on my timing and my guidance. I also need you to fiercely guard your mind and your emotions in this exact moment. Your breakthrough is so incredibly close, and this is precisely when the enemy will launch his most subtle and deceptive attacks. He will send people specifically to test your patience, situations designed to trigger your old anger, and whispered lies to plant seeds of deep insecurity. Do not fall into his trap. Do not react out of your flesh or your momentary feelings. Remain silent when necessary and allow me to be your ultimate defender. Your greatest revenge against those who wronged you is not an argument. It is your massive, undeniable growth and flourishing under my ultimate protection. Take just a few moments every single day to connect with me, even if it is just a quiet whisper in the early morning or a brief silent prayer before you fall asleep. Allow me to wash away your anxieties, renew your exhausted mind, and fill your weary heart to the brim with unwavering hope. The hardest, most grueling battle is finally behind you. You have survived your darkest, loneliest nights, and right now I am leading you out into the brilliant light. Do not be afraid, for I am walking ahead of you, clearing every obstacle and preparing a bountiful table right in the presence of your enemies. Your season of harvest has officially arrived. My child, look closely at what I am doing in your life right now, because I am systematically shifting the spiritual atmosphere around you. You have noticed that certain doors are closing firmly, and certain relationships are naturally drifting away. Do not fight these endings. Do not try to force open doors that I have closed with my own hand. And do not chase after people I have intentionally removed from your path. I am cleaning house. I am removing the distractions, the toxic influences, and the superficial connections that cannot sustain the weight of the glory and the massive breakthrough I am about to pour into your life. The separation you are experiencing right now is not your punishment or your isolation. It is your sacred consecration. I am preparing your vessel. A new season requires a completely new wineskin, and I cannot pour my fresh, overflowing blessings into old structures, unhealed trauma, or outdated mindsets. I have pulled you into this quiet, sacred pause today because I need your full cooperation in this divine alignment. The enemy wants you to look backward at what you lost, mourning the comfort of familiar places and people who were never meant to walk into your future, so that you miss the magnificent landscape I am building right in front of you. Stop looking backward with deep regret. Everything you lost in that grueling season was just a shallow shadow compared to the substance of what is coming. Expect the unexpected in the days ahead. I am aligning divine appointments, orchestrated connections, and sudden provisions that will cause your spirit to marvel at my precision. You will look back at this exact moment, this moment where you paused everything to listen to my voice, and you will realize that this was the precise turning point where the fog finally lifted from your mind. Your soul is being fortified. The exhaustion you felt is being completely replaced by supernatural strength. Stand firm, keep your head lifted high, and expect my goodness to manifest in tangible ways, because the delay is over and your season of absolute restoration has officially begun. My child, look at your physical body right now. Notice the tightness that has settled into your shoulders, the shallow pattern of your breath, and the way you have been holding yourself together, as if you are constantly waiting for the next bad news to drop. This is not just physical stress, it is the tangible manifestation of the spiritual weight you have been dragging. You have lived in a state of survival for so long that your mind and body have forgotten what true rest feels like. But in this very second, as you listen to my voice, I am releasing a massive wave of my supernatural peace to completely wash over you. I am unlocking the physical tension in your body and untangling the exhausting knots of anxiety that have paralyzed your mind for months. The enemy has desperately tried to weaponize fear to keep you completely stationary. He has whispered terrifying lies about your future, telling you that financial lack will overtake you, that loneliness will be your permanent story, and that the emotional wounds inflicted upon you will never truly heal. He wants you to believe that you are walking into an unpredictable storm without a shield. But hear my voice break through that deception right now. Fear is a mirage. It is a false shadow designed by the enemy to make you retreat into isolation, just as your grandest elevation is being established. I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of absolute power, boundless love, and a perfectly sound mind. I am breathing fresh, clean life back into your weary bones. Let down your guard completely. You can stop fighting this battle with your own limited strength, because the victory has already been secured on your behalf by my own hand. I am your Jehovah Jireh, the God who provides for you before you even know a lack exists. I am your Jehovah Rapha, the God who heals your broken heart and restores your physical vitality. Every exhausted nerve, every heavy thought, and every hidden space of pain within your soul is being deeply touched by my divine presence. In this exact moment, the heavy armor you wore to protect yourself from the world is no longer needed, because my presence has become your ultimate fortress. Receive this divine rejuvenation right now. Feel the heavy, suffocating atmosphere of worry lift from your chest as it is replaced by a profound, unshakable confidence in my promises. You are being recentered and firmly grounded in my truth. The enemy's ability to disturb your peace has been officially broken. Walk forward into the remaining hours of this day with your head held high, knowing that the spirit of fear has completely lost its grip on your destiny, and my supernatural rest is now your permanent inheritance. My child, now that my supernatural peace has anchored your heart and quieted the physical tremors within your body, I need you to lift your eyes and look forward with absolute clarity. We are moving past the phase of survival, and we are entering the moment of divine restoration. I need you to understand that the enemy did not just want to make you feel anxious or afraid. His ultimate objective was to steal your time. He wanted to lock you into a cycle of grief, regret, and heavy exhaustion so that years would pass by while you remained completely frozen in your pain. You look at the calendar, and sometimes a quiet panic grips your soul. You think about the years lost to unhealed trauma, the seasons wasted on wrong relationships, and the energy drained by battles that were never yours to fight. Hear my voice break through that regret today. I am the Lord of time, and nothing is ever truly lost in my hands. The enemy thinks he won a victory by delaying your promises, but he does not understand the power of my divine acceleration. What the enemy took 10 years to strip away from you, I am entirely capable of restoring in a single supernatural season. I am fast-forwarding your destiny. The doors that are opening for you in this upcoming shift will not require decades of striving or exhausting labor. They will open suddenly, propelled by the sheer weight of my favor. I am turning your stolen years into a multiplied harvest of wisdom, influence, and profound joy. You have not missed your window. Your age, your past mistakes, and the delays inflicted upon you by the choices of others cannot nullify the architectural blueprint I drew for your life before the foundation of the world. Take a deep breath and let go of the tormenting lie that you have run out of time. Right now, I am aligning you with connections, resources, and opportunities that will completely make up for the ground you lost while you were weeping in the dark. You are entering a season of exponential growth. Where you previously walked in scarcity, you will run in overflow. Where you were forced to beg for validation or respect from people who did not see your worth, you will be firmly positioned in honor by my own hand. I am renewing your youth like the eagles. The physical and emotional vitality that anxiety drained from your body is being replenished at this very moment. Stand firm in your spiritual authority today. Shake off the dust of your past seasons and prepare your heart to receive a wave of restoration so massive that your past pain will become nothing more than a distant memory. My child, as we stand together on the very precipice of this magnificent new season, I need you to realize that I am doing far more than just restoring the years you have lost. I am completely upgrading your spiritual authority. For decades, the enemy has tried to keep you in a passive, submissive posture. He wanted you to view yourself as a perpetual victim of circumstance, a helpless bystander caught in the crossfire of unhealed family patterns, generational heartbreaks, and the toxic choices of people who did not value your soul. He wanted you to walk into rooms with your shoulders slumped, carrying an invisible shroud of unworthiness, feeling like an outsider who is constantly begging for a seat at tables where you were never meant to sit. Hear me clearly today. That era of shrinking back is officially over. I did not pull you through the fire of the wilderness just to leave you weak and trembling at the finish line. The separation you endured was a sacred training ground. Every single door that slammed in your face, every betrayal that cut deep into your heart, and every lonely night where you felt entirely abandoned by the world was a deliberate stripping away of your codependency. I had to let the fragile crutches you leaned on break so that you would learn to stand fully upright, rooted entirely in my sovereign power. I allowed you to experience what it felt like to be completely cast out by human systems so that your validation would come strictly from heaven's throne. You are not an afterthought. You are a trailblazer, intentionally isolated so that you could be uniquely elevated. Right now, I am activating a divine boldness within your spirit. The words that proceed from your mouth in this new season will carry an immense, undeniable weight in the unseen realm. You must stop speaking the language of defeat. Stop projecting the wounds of your yesterday onto the blank canvas of your tomorrow. When anxiety attempts to knock on the door of your mind, you no longer have to sit in silence and allow it to hold your thoughts hostage. You have been given the divine keys to the kingdom. Stand up in your spiritual armor. Look directly at the mountains of doubt, lack, and emotional torment that have blocked your path, and command them to move in my holy name. Your life is a sacred garden that has been thoroughly cleared of the thorns of rejection. I have plowed the hardened soil of your heart with my grace, and right now the seeds of your destiny are beginning to break through the surface. You are no longer operating under a spirit of fear or limitation. You are stepping forward as a conqueror, fully aware of whose you are and who walks beside you. The shadow of your past has completely lost its legal right to dictate your future. Take a deep, deep breath of this fresh, empowering atmosphere. Straighten your posture and step boldly into the remaining hours of this day, because the authority I have placed inside you is unshakable and the victory is already yours. My child, as you stand firmly rooted in this newly activated spiritual authority, I need to take you deeper into the root of the ultimate freedom I am establishing for you today. Look back at the history of your family line. Notice the repetitive, haunting patterns that have quietly plagued your bloodline for generations. You have watched your parents, your grandparents, and those who came before you struggle under the exact same heavy clouds of financial lack, sudden divorces, hidden addictions, unexplainable depression, and paralyzing anxiety. There were moments in your youth when you looked at their lives and felt a chilling fear, wondering if you were somehow genetically or spiritually doomed to repeat their tragedies. You heard the casual, damaging words spoken over you by relatives who said, "You are just like them," or "Our family has always struggled with this, and we always will." The enemy tried to convince you that this cycle was an unbreakable curse, a permanent family inheritance that you had no choice but to carry until your final breath. But hear my voice shatter that legacy of bondage right now. The cycle stops with you. I did not choose you by accident. I deliberately placed you into that specific bloodline to be the holy disruptor, the divine chain breaker. You were chosen to be the one who would endure the heaviest part of the battle, so that the generations coming after you would never have to know the suffocating weight of the darkness you survived. Every silent tear you cried, every lonely night you spent pleading for a way out, and every grueling test you passed in the hidden wilderness was a spiritual sledgehammer, breaking down the ancient generational walls of limitation. The spirit of poverty, the spirit of premature lack, the spirit of marital chaos, and the spirit of chronic emotional torment that held your ancestors captive have no legal right to cross the threshold of your new season. By the power of my word, I am severing the spiritual cords of the past. Right now, I am completely rewriting your family narrative. I am replacing the generational curse with an overflowing, multi-generational blessing. Where there was a legacy of constant, exhausting struggle, I am establishing a legacy of supernatural ease, compounding favor, and unshakable peace. Your household will become a sacred sanctuary of my presence. The doors that were violently slammed in the faces of your parents will swing wide open for you, and your feet will walk effortlessly upon smooth ground that you had to pave with your own blood, sweat, and prayers. Your children and your children's children will inherit an open heaven because you had the courage to pause, to listen, and to stand your ground today. Straighten your back, breathe in this profound liberation, and walk forward into the remaining hours of this day, knowing that your bloodline has been permanently redeemed and your legacy of victory is officially sealed. My child, as the chains of the past fall away and the generational clouds permanently lift from your life, I need you to understand the exact spiritual position you are standing in right now. We have moved together through the wilderness, through the grueling fire of refinement, past the breaking of ancient cycles, and we are now entering the final, most critical stage of this divine encounter, the moment of supernatural manifestation. I look at you in this very second, and though your physical eyes may still see the remnants of the old season around you, the bills that still need paying, the body that still feels slightly weary, or the rooms that still feel quiet, your spirit has been entirely transformed. The atmosphere of your life has fundamentally changed. You are no longer the desperate, exhausted soul who clicked on this message, looking for a mere escape from the noise. You are now a fully equipped, spiritually authorized son or daughter of the Most High, standing on the absolute edge of your promised land. Hear my voice clearly as it breaks through the final barriers of your doubt. The unseen world has already shifted, and the physical realm must now align. I am calling you to perform an act of absolute, radical faith right where you are. I want you to open your heart and begin to offer your gratitude before the proof. The enemy's ultimate defeat occurs when my children learn to praise me in the middle of an empty field, before the first drop of rain falls, before the bank account overflows, before the medical report changes, and before the broken relationship is visibly restored. When you thank me in advance, you are sending a violent shockwave through the kingdom of darkness. You are declaring to every whispering demon of fear that your peace is not dependent on what you can see with your human eyes, but on the unshakable character of the God who spoke the universe into existence. The answers you spent years weeping for are no longer locked up or delayed. They are officially in transit. The angels assigned to your destiny have been released from heaven's throne with the specific blueprints for your total restoration. You have been in a long, painful season of containment, hidden away from the world's spotlight, while I meticulously worked on the secret, fragile places of your heart. But hear me, the period of hiding is officially over. I am bringing you out into the open, not to boast of your own human strength, but to display my magnificent glory through your life. Those who watched you struggle, those who counted you out, and those who whispered behind your back that you would never survive the storm will look at you in utter amazement. They will not see a broken, damaged survivor. They will see a living, breathing testimony of my unconditional grace. Take a deep, cleansing breath and let a spirit of joyful anticipation fill your entire being. The heavy sighing of your yesterday is being completely replaced by a shout of victory today. The pressure you feel right now is no longer the suffocating weight of the enemy's attack. It is the glorious, heavy weight of my presence pressing down on your life, expanding your capacity to hold the immense blessing that is standing right at your door. Stand perfectly still in this sacred energy. Fix your gaze entirely on my light and prepare your spirit for the final, ultimate declaration of your freedom. My beloved child, we have reached the final and most sacred moment of this divine encounter. Look back one last time at the heavy, exhausted and weary soul you were just a few moments ago when you first paused on this message. That old anxious version of you is now completely gone. The spiritual weight that oppressed you has been dismantled at its very roots. The generational cycle of suffering is officially shattered, and your true identity as a chosen and highly favored child has been fully restored. You no longer have to stand in the shadows of delay or walk through the suffocating fog of confusion, because today is the day you step directly into the brilliant light of your supernatural manifestation and absolute victory. Hear my supreme and final decree over your life in this very second that your spiritual warfare is accomplished. Every pain and hidden tear you have ever cried is fully redeemed, and your season of overflowing blessings has officially begun. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, and what I have started in your life, I am entirely faithful and powerful to bring to a glorious completion that will far exceed your greatest expectations. Walk forward into the remaining hours of this day, this week, and your entire future with a completely renewed posture of pride and confidence. Straighten your shoulders and hold your head high, because you never have to walk alone in this world again. For the Creator of heaven and earth is walking directly beside you, smoothing every rough path, opening impossible doors of opportunity, and shielding you completely from every hidden trap the enemy tries to set for you. The anxiety and restlessness that once held your mind hostage have been entirely replaced by a profound, unshakable peace that surpasses all human understanding and logic, keeping you fully covered, deeply loved, and permanently free. If your spirit can feel the absolute truth, power, and divine weight of this message, do not walk away without sealing it into your life right now. Take a powerful step of faith to lock this breakthrough into your reality by writing Amen below, to claim and confirm this prophetic restoration over your health, your mind, your finances, and your family's bloodline. Share this powerful word with someone you know who is quietly fighting a lonely battle, emotionally exhausted, or losing hope, so that you may become the vessel of divine intervention and bring rescue to their weary heart today. Continue to walk with us and subscribe to support this holy mission of bringing happiness, healing, and deep devotion into your life, ensuring that we continue to walk together under an open heaven of endless blessings. Relax your mind and rest deeply in my unconditional love tonight, my beautiful and beloved child, for the fierce storm has completely passed and your radiant harvest has finally arrived. Amen.